Hi, my friends. Welcome back. So today we're going to be listening to The Apparition. Will it be spooky? Will I need to close my eyes or close my ears or just look away a little bit? Maybe peek? Maybe do a little peeking? I'm not sure, but I'm worried, okay? For those of you that don't know, in my little community I have going over here, my fellow rats. I don't know what I'm going to call you guys. You guys are my friends. I'm kind of an outlier. I don't like spooky things. I know this is going off in a tangent because this song is not going to literally be spooky, okay? I got to get better at speaking. But I'm kind of an outlier with like this whole group I have going on because everybody there, it seems like the majority of people there, like Heidi or Ashley or I think Liz, I'm going to put you in this box too, like scary stuff, like horror movies. Like literally just today or yesterday they were talking about scary stuff and I'm like, I don't love spooky stuff, but that's neither here nor there. That was just a random thing. I got something important to show you guys. Look at this. So we have a drum pad. And we have some sticks. I forget what these are called. Sticks. Drum sticks? You do them for the drumming? That's what those are for. The sad thing is that I am missing some stuff. Like the charger for it. I need to get a new charger. And then I need to get something to basically get it into my computer. Basically, it's whatever. And I'm working on it. And the thing is, like, I spent maybe like 3 hours today driving to 4 different stores to get the stuff that I needed. And none of them had any of the stuff that I needed. And one thing that is very human in nature, but definitely affects me, is I don't like wasting time. And I wasted a lot of time. So we're not going to waste any more time. This is The Apparition by Sleep Token. Let's go. So I said that we were going to start quickly, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this song twice. The first time, for the most part, I'm just going to listen to it. I'm going to try to not pause for the entirety of this first listen through. And then on the second listen, we can dissect the lyrics and the instruments a bit. And we'll see how it goes. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe.
I like how we added in those vocals there, like layered on top of it.
Something was between you and I, my dear. And it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, the scar will never fade. Turning tide, it just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. Or wake up to a suicide frenzy.
A frenzy?
Dreams still leave me, I believe somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear. Well, never heal. Why
always love that one too. What an interesting choice, this at the end. Like the song was like fading out and then it added this like weird vocals on top of the little techno sounds that were going on. My initial thoughts are like, I really enjoyed that. It was definitely like, there are extremes when it comes to a lot of like the sounds that they're trying to do. Like there's something like Fall For Me or Missing Limbs where there's like no instruments and it's just like heavily one thing, you know, and it's not heavy, no pun intended. Like, I mean, I guess it is heavy, but it's like heavily one thing, or the opposite where you listen to something that has like really intense things like The Summoning, which in terms of The Summoning, it's like, yeah, we have the two-thirds of the song are like this super heavy thing, and then the last little bit was something else entirely, and it's like these very drastically jumping like genres, you know. And this definitely was not that, but still like it was like enjoyable. Like this is the kind of song where it's like you can show to anybody and I think it would just you just enjoy it. Like how can you not enjoy it? I like how they're getting a little bit more of that like hip hoppy kind of like R&B maybe feel with like the beginning. What was the song that they did that in? Ascensionism. Yeah, Ascensionism, whenever they have like that kind of like rapping part. We're getting a little bit more the feels of that. And then also we're going to go back and listen to it and then talk about the lyrics and stuff. And I have more to say about the sound of it all itself, but I'm going to reset the camera. I don't know what the little guardian was for this one. I haven't seen that. Well, that didn't help me at all. If you haven't seen my Are You Really Okay video, which is one that came out right before this, please check it out because there is a lot of like good thoughts and theories and stuff. I mean, good, interesting theories and stuff that I talked about here. But we're going to go 3, 2, 1, go.
Why are you never real?
We're going to listen to it again and we're going to talk about the lyrics a little bit.
I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I await.
We've had these themes before.
Whisper in my ear. Well, I believe.
Okay, before we go on. So we've had these themes before, like I said, like this kind of dreaming. He has this person in his mind. I've always thought it was like just like a previous partner or something like that. But I wonder if it's someone who literally doesn't exist. Like this idealization, like this nebulous thing or person that he feels like is a thing, or he sees them only in his dreams. But then whenever he wakes up, she's gone. He knows that she's going to disappear whenever he wakes.
Somewhere in the past, something was between you and I, my dear.
Again, I like how they layered on these vocals, and the guitar in the background is phenomenal. It's so pleasant. Okay, so also in Ascensionism, whenever we got that like quick like rapping part, he said like past lives, past lie, blah blah blah. And I feel like there was some other line either in that song or or like the next song. Are you really? No. Anyways, he keeps on referencing this like somewhere in the past, as if like, you know, reincarnation and maybe like a soulmate. So either like physically someone who he knows exists, or someone he just believes exists, who's like this, like I said before, nebulous like soulmate that is out there, but it's just like they're an apparition. They're not actually real in his life. But what confuses me is that very last line, this scar will never fade. Because a scar of what? I mean, we all know he's got literal scars of things that he's done to himself, but this scar that I'm guessing this person left, or like it's really, and I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, guys. Okay, so what I like about this synthy stuff is because it's reminding me of Tomb, because I feel like these elements got introduced pretty heavily in Tomb, and I love it in Tomb. Like a lot of different songs that do stuff like, I don't know, like Atlantic. I think Hypnosis does. Hypnosis does different sounds. I don't know. A handful of the songs, they start using the synth, and I like it when they do that. But they add in so much to make this music so robust in its sound. Play. Yeah, here we go. Pretty simple beat. A pretty simple beat, you know? Probably with the drum pad. I mean, definitely.
So let's make trouble in the G-Wild. Hijack heaven with another memory now. I'll make the most of the turning tide. It's just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, 'cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. I'll wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me bound to leave.
I like how it's like the next line is like going in before he's finished with it. These are all really, self-explanatory. Whenever it says hijack heaven with another memory now, it's like whenever he is dreaming, that's whenever he has like good feelings, good experiences, whatever. And then whenever he wakes up, I don't know, I feel like we've got similar themes in Sundowning, and it's just been consistent. Like whenever he sleeps, that's whenever, like say hypothetically we're going with a whole deity sleep thing, that's whenever he actually can commune with sleep. But what if that's just an allegory, is that the word, for like anything good that can happen, or like whenever he's truly alive is whenever he's sleeping, because he's having these dreams, and to him they're heaven. He says hijack heaven with another memory now. And the thing is, like whenever he's talking about the memories, is it things that have already happened like a year ago, or is it things that happened like 90 years ago, if or like 400 years ago, you know what I mean? If we're going with this multiple life kind of thing, or this reincarnation thing. And then he's talked about being in a frenzy in many songs across many albums. It says I wake up to a suicide frenzy, which is really sad. It's really sad. These loaded dreams still leave me empty. He doesn't say these, but that's just the case. It's like whenever you have such a contrast to reality, you believe this one thing and then reality just like smacks you in the face, then it sucks. It sucks, guys. It sucks. Okay, I had to reset the camera, but we're going to keep listening. See? Something was between you and I, my dear. Never heal. I like how 2 does that. He does like the kind of like the slow drum fill, like the you know. He does that with a few songs, and it's really good. One thing I like about this, well, there's 2 things. The first thing is actually 3 things. The first thing is how the music definitely like swells with his vocals, which I mean is typical, but it's like it's done really well. Like you feel it. It feels kind of similar to whenever we get songs like in High Water, like the end of High Water, whenever it's like you feel those emotions, like those crashing of the waves all together with the instruments. Like that's what it feels like. And I like how we got a little bit of the section with no vocals at all. It was just the instruments going. Really good. Unless it was like him singing like a hymn, you know, like whatever. But another thing that I love is actually the piano. The piano in the background I think is absolutely fantastic. The drums are really good. The drums are really nice, but I've seen more from 2. And the thing is like what he does with it, he's not the typical drummer where it's like tons of like double bass, like really fast, like for a long section of time. He uses it very sparingly, but like in good places. Okay. He uses it basically to accentuate other notes, the double bass, because otherwise it just makes the sound so heavily one thing, you know, and I'm really not about that. That's why it's like a lot of metal music that people recommend to me is just too boring, too loud, too something or other. But 2 is not like that. That's, you know, no pun intended. I feel like I had something else to say, but I can't remember. Okay, ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. I would like to go back and like listen to 2 parts here. So he does like double bass, snare, 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 snare. And then another time he does double bass and then like a drum fill. I think it goes into like the slow drum fill. And like I'm showing you here, this is he picks and chooses when he uses the bass drum. That, yeah. Yeah, it was more double bass and then like crash, crash, you know, cymbal, whatever. And then he went to slowly the hi-hat and then tom, you know, like a real slow kind of drum fill. And then in halfway in between, and he does this a lot and I love it every single time, he hit the hi-hat again. And then he just continues the rest of the drum fill with like this weird kind of pace he does it at. I really love that. I just love the pace he does things at. I feel like we've heard this sound before. Like literally this sound. And like I said, whenever I initially listened to it, this was like a little bonus here. There was a line here that I found interesting because I was talking about High Water. He says, I make the most of the turning tide. And as we know, back in High Water, that was like the time that like he's like, I can't hold myself together. You know, I can't hold myself together. And then it's just like a crash. And it was like waves. It was like crashing waves. And it was very intense, very visceral. And he said here, I make the most of the turning tide. So it's like things are changing here. The one line that really stumped me is it just split what's left of the burning silence. It just split what's left of the burning silence. I don't know what he means whenever he says that. I feel like my thoughts were a little bit all over the place, but he was talking about like dreaming, talking about past lives here. And it was really interesting. It was really good, but it wasn't, in terms of like the juiciness of the details and stuff, it wasn't as like juicy as Are You Really Okay? Which in terms of lyrics and stuff, I liked Are You Really Okay? Like in terms of like what things could possibly mean for the lore. It's insane. But in terms of this song, just how it sounds, I enjoyed this song more. just how it sounds, this song was really good. This song was really good. Like, I know I'm like jumping all over the place, but like I really enjoyed this song. It, like I said before, it was kind of safe in like what it did, but it was very enjoyable. Like, it was just a very enjoyable song. But it's not like one of those, it's going to go out of the box so heavily so and really grip you and be like, did they really just do that? It didn't do that. It didn't, which is okay. That's totally okay. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Hopefully in the next one, we can have a drum pad so I can like better explain these things on the drums. I can literally do it with the cadence. I mean, I can do some stuff. Like I don't like the fact that I don't have like feet. I can't connect my feet to pedals on the electronic pad, if you know what I'm saying? Because it's like there's other things that you can do with the drums. But I'm really excited to mess around with it. And I'm really excited to get further in this album because I know we still have Take Me Back to Eden, we still have Euclid, we still have DYTLWM or something. I don't even know. I forgot what it meant. You guys told me. You literally told me, and I completely forgot the thing, what the acronym. That's a word. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Thanks for hanging out and have a great rest of your day, okay? Bye-bye.